sir. Now it is starting slideshow.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hello, should I start
Yes.
my presentation?
Start, madam. You are live. You are live now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Hello, Vijay sir, can I start?
Hello, Vivek, sir. You can start now.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, all of you. This is Vivek Joshi, Assistant Professor from School of Information Technology and Cybersecurity from Raksha Shakti University. As all of you know, that the title of today's talk is Fake News in the Age of Social Media. So, why we need to learn about the fake news, right? We come to the face of fake news day in and day out. Like there are a lot of innocuous fake news that we read every day, uh, like marriage of a celebrity or a celebrity is found in that place or this place. These are all innocuous. This doesn't affect the society as a whole. But then there are fake news which affects the whole society, right? Uh, for example, the fake news which leads to mob lynching of people, the fake news which leads to harming of people, the fake news which leads to the disharmony of the communal balance in the country. This kind of fake news affects the society at large. So we need to understand what is fake news. We need to analyze what is fake news, and we need to learn the methods through which we can mitigate the effects of the fake news. So my talk will be broadly present, will be broadly based on the concept of the fake news, social media, and how it affects the society at large and how we can mitigate it. So now let us start with the uh, uh, definition of the fake news. Ma'am, can you just skip one slide? Yeah, thank you. Uh, let's start with the definition of the fake news. What is a fake news? Fake news is any article, any photo, any video that you come across that is presented as a truth, but it is verifiably false information, right? A news item which is verifiably false, but it is presented as a truth. Just let me give you an example. I think one day ago there was a news item in the social media that one of the actors in the serial Ramayana, Arvind Dwivedi, who played Ravan, he died, right? This was the news item which was spread across the social media, but which was actually a fake news. So this is an example of fake news that we see day in and day out in social media, right? Now let us see the characteristics of the fake news, how fake news is created. What are the key features of the fake news that we can identify? First of all, a fake news is a very catchy or a clickbait. What do you mean by clickbait? A clickbait is a title that we refer to the characteristics of a title which you want to click, right? Why do you want to click? Because it attracts you. What kind of clickbait titles that you will find on the internet? Uh, for example, this person has been kidnapped, so directly goes to the negative emotion, and then they will take read about they will try to read about more in the given article. So they will try to attract you by inciting the emotions inside you, right? So this is the kind of clickbaity titles that you will use in order to attract fake news, right? The next point is why they will try to incite the emotions. See, it has been said, if you want to increase the number of users an online platform, you should make them happy. But if you want to increase even more number of users, then you should make them angry. It has been found by scientific studies. More and more studies has been found. More and more studies has been done, and it has been found that negative emotions such as fear, anger, makes more engageable content on the online as compared to happy content. It means that if content makes you angry, if content makes you fearful, then you are more likely to engage with that content rather than any other country. Let me give you an example. If let's say if you follow a particular celebrity, and if I write negative about celebrity, then you are more likely to engage with me because you like that celebrity, right? So that's a negative emotion in you that is making you engage with. So this is the kind of uh, emotional impetus that you put in the fake news. The next characteristics of a fake news, that fake news is very trendy. What do you mean by trendy? A trendy fake news is a news that is in trend. Right now you will see a lot of fake news related to COVID-19 situation, right? So that is a trendy event. That is trendy event which is the worldwide, right? So trendy events are usually the focus of fake news. So you will find a lot of trendy events related to the fake news. Earlier, it was before COVID-19, it was CAA protest. Before CAA protest, it was Article 370 removal based related to the Jammu and Kashmir. All the trendy events of the nation, you will find a lot of fake news related to it, right? Uh, Madam, please skip to the next slide. Okay. In order to understand better fake news, we need to compare it with the traditional model of the news and how the introduction of internet has make it different than the traditional model. So first of all, we learn about the traditional model of the news and then the introduction of internet and the different model of the news. So here, as you can see, there is a create part in which professional journalist or the beat reporter creates a story, collects evidences. Then it gives to the edit. What is the edit? Edit is done by the editor. Editor is the main person who controls the media process, which corroborates all the evidences, which checks all the stories, which identifies with the journalist and asks various questions before publishing the story. So in fact, editor is the main guy who checks every facts of the story, right? And then it is get published, amplified, and finally it is consumed by the consumer. So here we can see that there is a clear cycle: create, edit, publish, amplify, and then finally consume. And in each cycle, in this cycle, you will see that the corroboration of evidence is taking place. Story has been checked by various people, and then it is published, amplified, and then it is consumed. So there is a clear cut cycle going on here in this particular scene, right? And please skip to the next slide. Now, here in the age of internet, after the introduction of internet, the picture has changed. As you can see, the cycle has changed bit. As you can see, in the create part, now not only professionals, but amateur can also create the content, right? What do you mean by amateurs? Amateur is a person who is not a journalist, who doesn't know how to create a story, but even they can create a news. A person like you, me, who doesn't have a journalistic degree or who doesn't know how to do journalism, who doesn't know how to create a story, but even we can publish a story, we can create a story and publish it on the social media, right? As you can see, from direct create, you go to publish, and from publish, direct to consume. So there is no editor in place. The green line that you see on the picture, the green line is the traditional way that one story should follow, right? But that is only the one part of the story that has been done through the traditional way. The other two parts shows that it is not been edited. It means the evidences has not been checked. Because of that, hello, hello, okay. There is not any. There has been a lot of change in the traditional way the media, the news is presented because there is no edit process. So because of the removal of the edit process, we can see that directly the amateurs and professional create a content. Mostly it goes to the publish means the publishing platform. Right now the publishing platform are the social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, such like of platforms, and then it directly get consumed by the various people. That is how the concept of viral becomes more famous because of this kind of uh, cycle. The internet makes it possible to go viral, and viral content doesn't generally go through the uh, normal uh, news cycle that we seen in the previous slide. Okay, so this is a difference between the internet age media and the traditional media cycle. Okay, move to the next slide now. Okay, uh, this is the general category that we see broadly about the fake news. Now there is a intention, a point intention, which plays a very major part in this category. What is the intention do? If you don't have any intention of creating a fake news, but even though you make a mistake, you make a error, and the fake news gets spread or fake news get posted online, but you don't intend to spread the fake news. That part is known as misinformation. Misinformation is the information that is fake news, but that fake news is not spread deliberately. There is no intention of spreading fake news, but you make a mistake, right? After all, we are all human beings. There is a famous philosopher who said that if you are, then and then you are a human being. Gandhiji even said that if there is a no place of making a mistake, then there is no need to have a human right at all, right? So if you need, if you follow any particular path, you are bound to make a mistake, but that mistake is not intentional, and that is where the misinformation comes. So certain part of fake news is misinformation, that is mistakes done by the reporters, people who present the story. But there is also a dark side of the fake news. That is the insidious part of the fake news that is known as disinformation. What is the disinformation? It is a deliberate falsehood spread as a fake news in the society. It means that there are people, institutes who deliberately want to spread the fake news, false news in the society in order to do harm, right? See, fake news in disinformation, fake news have multiple layers. There is disinformation which is used by various intelligence agencies, such as our intelligence agency spread a fake news about a Agni 5 missile. India has Agni 5 nuclear missile. The range of Agni 5 missile is near about 8,000 and 9,000 kilometers. It can strike up to 9,000 kilometers. But in media, you will see that the range is written as 5,000. Now, there is a deliberate disinformation to make, to don't let out the information about our military capabilities. Now that is understood, but there is also a part of disinformation where you are spreading communal pictures, communal videos of other countries in our country and saying that this is right now what is going on in our country. And that kind of disinformation has been done. We have found that there are a lot of Pakistani handles have been doing disinformation day in and day out to spread communal disharmony in our country. Now, this is the kind of disinformation that we need to be very careful about. Okay, ma'am. Next slide. So now I'm going to give you a few examples of the fake news that I found recently on the internet. Now, there is this one picture shared by one of the famous writers of the Times of India, and she shared that there are a lot of people of Mizoram who are following a proper social distancing by keeping a white line and keeping their vegetable cart in the white line. But actually, by doing the fact checking, people have found out that the picture is not of Mizoram, but in fact, the picture is of Myanmar, and it was taken 2 months ago. But it has been presented as a picture from the Mizoram. In the next picture, you will see that it is spread in the social media that American has given uh, bag of vegetables, and in bag of vegetables and wheat flour, he has hid 15,000 rupees or certain amount of monies uh, in the bag, and he's doing this work day in and day out. But earlier today, he clarified that this is not actually his doing, and this is a fake news being spread from his name. So this picture is also fake that you will see on the internet. Next slide, madam. Okay, now these are the two examples of fake video that I found on the internet. One video, sadly, one of the big name of the Bollywood passed just recently, that is Rishi Kapoor, and there was a video which went viral on the internet that this video was taken just one day before he died, and there was a video that the guy is singing and Rishi Kapoor is appreciating that person. Now, it has been found that this video was present, not taken one day before he died, but in fact, this video was present on the internet, in the YouTube impact, from the month of February. So, this video has been found being fake. There is another video that is very viral right now. The video of Kim Jong Un. There has been a lot of news about Kim Jong Un being dead. That is the leader of North Korea being dead, and there was a video of his funeral. And after fact checking, people have found out that actually it was not the video. People have morphed the image of the Kim Jong Un on his father, and the video is actually the funeral of his father, but not his funeral. So these are the two fake news that is going viral right now, and I thought that I should share with you. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, these are the two social media forward, as I told you that it is the fake news is trendy in nature. So right now, COVID-19 is a very trendy topic, and right now, all of the people in the world, and especially in India, and all of the people in the world are talking about COVID-19 situation. So the fake news will be also very much related to that particular topic. As we can see here, there are two fake news forwards that we found in the WhatsApp. One fake news forward says that there is a Japanese scientist who said that he has conclusive proof that the virus impact came from the Wuhan place from the China. But when reporters went to his home, he said that I never said anything. In fact, the whole WhatsApp forward is fake. There is another WhatsApp forward which has gone viral, and that WhatsApp forward is from World Health Organization. And people have found out that the World Health Organization gives instructions of the lockdown, and we as in India are following the exact same steps as given by the World Health Organization. Now the thing is that we are not following at all the World Health Organization's footstep. In fact, World Health Organization has never given any lockdown steps at all. This WhatsApp forward is also a fake WhatsApp forward. Uh, Next one. Okay. Until now, we have seen the characteristics of the fake news, how fake news is compared with the other traditional media, and we have seen some of the examples of fake news. But I want to make sure that I tell you about the social media as well, because the fake news itself is harmful, but when it is mixed with the social media, it will become a dangerous cocktail, and that's why there are lot of problems associated with the fake news when it is linked with the social media. So I should discuss about social media as well. Let me just give you brief points of social media. As you might already know, that India is the second highest number of internet users. India has the second highest number of internet users after China, right? So obviously, if we have the second highest number of internet users, we will have a lot of users in social media as well. As you can see on your screen, the majority of the people uses WhatsApp as their primary social media. WhatsApp has become the primary source of social media in our country. The second is Facebook, third is YouTube, then there is Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Mostly in India, we use Facebook and WhatsApp. As you can see, the number of users are very high, and because of that, there are a lot of spread of fake news are happening in WhatsApp and Facebook. Next item. Okay. Uh, Not only India is second in number of internet user, in fact, India is second number in terms of the digital news consumption in the world. We are the second in number of people consuming digital news in the world. It means that more and more number of people are consuming media not through traditional way but through digital way. And why it is important? Because fake news spreads in digital platform rapidly, but it doesn't spread rapidly in the print form. Print form, if you see the print form, there is rarely any evidence of fake news. But if you see digital platform, there are a lot of evidences of fake news. So it is important to keep in mind that a lot of people are right now believing the news which are present in the digital form as compared to the print form. Most of the people follow general news in uh, the digital platform. What is the general news? General news is the news presented by the day-to-day news channels such as CNN, Gujarat समाचार, Sandesh News, all that are on digital platform, and we will read lot of general news from them. Now, there is also interesting facts related to this digital news consumption. India is not only the second highest number in the world in digital news consumption, but 90% of the people who consume news in digital platform consume through mobile phone. Right now, this is interesting also because the digital consumption has increased because of the smartphones. Just in last 5 6 years, the smartphones has almost doubled in the country, and it has been estimated that the smartphone is going to increase in number, and because of that, the people reading digital news content will also increase. Next slide, please. Now, why social media is so relevant for fake news? See, there are a lot of few key features for social media, right? As we have already seen, the social media has lot of followers, 40 crore followers, 36 crore followers. So these are the numbers which are very, very large if we compare it to the other people in the other countries in the world. Now, because of this large reach, lot of people want to use social media for spreading their information. The news organization also would like to spread their information through social media. So that's why you see a lot of news media present in the news portals present in the social media, right? Now, what are the advantages of using social media? As I already told you, the number of people that you found in social media. Second, the amount or the speed at which you can spread your information, right? If you just share one thing on internet, then it can go viral within a 24 hour, right? We have seen a lot of instances in our country that people have shared one picture or one video, and that has gone viral within 24 hours throughout the country. So you can just imagine the power social media has, not only in number of people, but the speed at which it can reach to the maximum amount of people, right? So these are the positive aspects of the social media that a lot of news organizations try to uh, capitalize on. Next segment. Uh, Now, what is the negative part of it? The positive part is, as we have seen, that a large number of people and the speed at which it can travel through social media news that I'm talking about. But then, what is a negative aspect of using social media for news organizations? Now, there was a study carried out by MIT, that is an institute in the United States, which is a very reputed institute. Now, that institute has done a study, and that it has found out that the fake news, in fact, travels 6 times more faster than the real news. Right? Now, this is a very interesting fact that the fake news travels more faster than the real news. Right? But why is it so? What is the reason behind it? The scientists have come up with broadly many reasons, but there are two psychological reasons as well that I would like to talk about. One psychological reason is cognitive bias, and other is echo chamber effect. Let me explain what is cognitive bias and what is echo chamber effect. Uh, okay, there is a cognitive bias called confirmation bias. What is confirmation bias? A confirmation bias is the thing that you hold dear to you, or the kind of opinion that you have. Then mostly you will hear positive things about your opinion. It means that, let's say I like a particular celebrity. Let's say I like Amitabh Bachchan, and if I hear positive things about Amitabh Bachchan, then I'm more likely to believe in that news story. But if I found any negative news about Amitabh Bachchan, then I'm less likely to believe in that particular story. Why? Because of my own bias. Because I like Amitabh Bachchan, that's why I like to hear good things about Amitabh Bachchan. If I like particular political party, I like to good things about the political party. So because of this inherent bias that we all share, it is not about one particular person or another person. We all human beings have this share, because we all human beings have opinions about things, because we all human beings have different thinking. Because of different thinking, we have different biases, and because of inherent biases, we tend to follow news which are more likely to support us, right? If I follow a particular political party, and if I read a news, even though it is a fake news, but if that news is more likely to support my view, then I'm more likely to believe it, right? So that is the confirmation bias. Second psychological effect that we that studied have found out is the echo chamber effect. Now, what is the echo chamber effect? The echo chamber effect is a group of people in which people share similar views. What is an echo chamber? It is a group of people which share similar views. It means that, let's say if I follow a particular political party, so mostly I will be connected with the people who follow that particular political party. So it means that if I find out any praise of that particular political party, then all of my group is more likely to believe it, and we will share that information. So the echo chamber effect is the effect in which the people share, or we connect with the people on social media which we like. And why do we like them? Because they share our opinion, or they share our thinking. And because of the similar thinking, we are all like more likely to believe in similar kind of fake news. Okay? So confirmation bias and echo chamber effect, these are the two main psychological effects that we generally see in social media sphere, and these are the two main reasons because of which social media is used for spreading fake news. Next slide, ma'am. Okay. uh, Now I have told you about the features of the fake news, features of the social media, but now I'd like to make you aware about some of the dark things about the fake news as well. There has been a lot of bad thing happening in name of fake news also. Let me share you one incident that has happened in the year 2018. In 2018, in Telangana district, there is a place called Jogulamba Gadwal. Now, that particular village has a literacy rate only 30%. It means that 70% of the people of the village are illiterate, but almost 90% of the people have mobile phones with WhatsApp, right? So, what happened in one particular day, there was a video which came to one of the members of the village, and that video uh, 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 showed a organ harvesting group has been harvesting a organ from a human body, right? That video was originally from Pakistan, but people started spreading in that particular village as that video belongs to their nearby village, right? So that, as I told you, the speed of social media is very fast. So 10 villages nearer to that particular village got this video within a day. It means that that video was spread in the 10 nearer village, and all the villagers got to know that this kind of thing is happening within their community, but actually that came from Pakistan, but nobody realized the source of the video. So within few days, tourists came to that particular village, but they thought that those tourists were actually organ harvest thief. So they actually mob lynched them, and two of the people died in that situation, right? So this is a stark example of fake news that has happened in our country. In fact, the mob lynching is not only limited to the Telangana. Mob lynching has been happening in Assam due to fake news. It has happened in the Maharashtra. In fact, some of the incidences has been found in Gujarat also, right? So there has been a lot of examples of mob lynching happening because of the fake news. Now, this is a dark aspect of the fake news that we need to keep in mind in order to understand the devastating effect of the fake news. Next slide now. Next slide. Hello, no. Next slide.
Sir is already there.
इसके बाद वाला one after this one. Yeah. Uh, as I already told you about the mob lynchings that has happened in our country because of the fake news. There are a lot of other bad news also happen due to fake news. Social unrest. And what is a social unrest? That is a generally in which the society is not comfortable with the state or not comfortable within a society. People are not comfortable within a society and they spread anarchy, right? One such issue was issues related to the revocation of Article 370. When our government decided to revoke Article 370 in Kashmir, there was a lot of misinformation and disinformation related to that particular incident, and because of which there was lot of social unrest. There were a lot of struggle happened between people and police because of fake news, right? People started believing fake news through WhatsApp, and because of it, lot of problem came into our society. Another major flashpoint in the recent history is CAA. CAA is a Citizen Amendment Act. As you might know, who the person who are avid reader of the news, there was a there is a Citizen Amendment Act which was passed by the Indian government, and a lot of people oppose it. But the point was that because of that particular event, there was a lot of fake news came not only from our country but from the outside country as well. And because of it, a lot of problem with the Indian state started happening, and a lot of fake news started spreading in the social media. Another example that I would like to give of the social unrest is social disharmony is happening because of a lot of fake news, and fake videos are spread online, and they try to inflame the communal tensions between various communities, which is very dangerous as far as Indian country is concerned, because we have a lot of communities living in a single group or single city, and if the fake video or fake image spread for a particular community, that may inflame the communal tensions and that may lead to riots and such situations. So fake news has very dangerous consequences as well. Next slide. So I have talked about the dangerous consequences of fake news. So now I would like to give few solutions I know there is no 100% solution to this problem, but there are mitigating solutions that I can give you that you can follow, so that the problem of fake news can be reduced, right? The first one is third party checkers. Next slide. Hello. Yes. What is third party fact checkers? See, third party fact checkers are the group of people which are dedicated to look for the fake news, and they identify the evidences related to fake news. They try to see whether the fake news, whether the news item is fake or not, by identifying various sources and identifying various evidences related to it, right? So there are various organizations in our country and international organizations which do this. There is an organization called International Fact Checking Network, which does this kind of work, which gives affiliations to the various news organizations which carry out fact checking work. There is another very interesting third-party checker website called Alt News. I think most of the people who are using Twitter or Facebook might have heard of Alt News. Alt News is a Gujarat-based third-party fact-checking website which carries out a lot of fake news detection and gives a lot of information regarding Alt News. There is another third-party fact-checker institute in our country called Boom Live. There is another one called FactCheck. They all FactCheck.in. They all do this kind of work. They have group of dedicated people who continuously look for fake news, and they try to find whether they can find any evidence related to it or not. If they find any evidence related to the news, then they corroborate it and then they present to the public at large, right? So this is the third party fact checkers. In fact, this is the most important part of any fact check for fake news. That third party fact checkers has been the most important aspect of fake news related incidences. They have been the most successful uh, solution as far as all the solution is concerned. Next slide. Yeah, fact checkers are in their place, but we also have another point, that is social awareness. Now, let me give you an example how social awareness has given a new life for fighting the fake news. As I explained you, one of the incident in Telangana village, and two people died because of it. And majority of the people uh, fall for that fake news because they were illiterate in that particular village. And as you know, the India has a lot of this kind of problem related to inner part of the villages, because there is very less literacy, and still people have access to mobile phone and internet. So because of which this kind of problem arises. So how can you solve this kind of problem? Through social awareness. One interesting case study was done, is that people started using traditional way of communicating with the village people, right? A village in which the mob lynching happened, the police has organized Janpadam. What is Janpadam? Janpadam is a group of people who carries out a act or a play, and they explain the danger of fake news through act and play, because a illiterate person won't understand the technical aspect, but they can relate to the act or a play. So by spreading social awareness, they have mitigated the problem of fake news within that community. So this is one of the examples of social awareness in which the fake news was mitigated because of it. Next slide. Okay. Uh, uh, Regarding social awareness, there has been a lot of guidelines given through social media as well. Now, these are the guidelines given by the Facebook, right? Let us go through briefly the guidelines. Be skeptical of the headline. As I told you, the most of the headlines are clickbaity. If you found that the headlines is clickbaity, try to avoid those kind of news articles. Look closely at the link. Now, this is interesting because if you see that sometimes phishing link. What is a phishing link? A link which resembles a particular website, but actually it is of the different website. For example, if I give you a link of Facebook, the spelling the words in Facebook is FACEBOOK, but all are in small letters. But let's say if I present you a different link of Facebook, but in which one O is capital, so that link has become entirely different, but we will not notice it, right? And that is become a phishing link. So phishing link is a deliberate, it is a link in which there is a false information in the link, and it can lead you to a very dangerous situation which can make you download malware, virus, etc. So look closely at the link as well. Investigate the source. Now this is not always possible, you cannot always investigate the source, but make sure you always try to fact check it with other people. If you get any forward from other people, don't just believe it. Ask other people whether they have gotten this kind of forward as well, and then check it, right? And then look at other report. As I told you, don't just believe in one report, look at other report as well, and then make sure that other people are also saying the same thing. That's how you can come up with the solution to the fake news. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, there has been fact check introduced in the Facebook as well. As you can see in the picture, that if you found any news article shared in the Facebook, and if you feel that that particular article is not correct, then you can dispute it. So if more number of people started disputing it, then you can have a tag which is written, as you can see on the Facebook. The tag says that this is a disputed news. So in fact, you can now, when you read those kind of article, you can realize that this is not a correct news, but it is being disputed. It means that it could be correct, it could not be correct. So you won't be following it blindly, right? You will at least think once before believing this kind of headlines. So these are the kind of measures that Facebook is taking. Okay. Now Google has also starting this kind of service as well. Now there, if you search any particular news item on the Google, then you will see that there are a lot of fact-checking organizations. In India, there is NDTV. In US, there is Politico Fact. Now these are the organizations which do fact-checking for that particular uh, search item, right? So if you search any news on the Google, then Google will ask that particular news organization whether this kind of news is correct or not. And based upon that, it will show you whether it has been fact checked or not fact checked. So if it is fact checked, then it will, then below that news item you will find fact checked by this particular news item, right? With this particular news organization. So this kind of measure has also been introduced by the Google as well. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, there has been guidelines by WhatsApp as well. Uh, uh, the one important point that I will to highlight for all of you is, if any forward ask you to share your personal information, then be very careful about that particular forward, because right now personal information, personal number, personal name, credit card number, bank number, all this information should be kept very personal. It should not be shared anywhere unless you trust the source of that particular forward. You should not share any of your personal information on the WhatsApp. Next link now. Next slide now. Yeah. Uh, uh, right now, I have talked about the social aspect of the fake news, but there is technological aspect of fake news as well, and we can use technological tools and methods. But unfortunately, it has not been very successful till, right now, because there has been a lot of efforts in the this direction, but the success ratio has been very low. But even though I like to share with you guys some of the technological aspects related to fake news detection, there is a particular technology known as natural language processing. Now, in natural language processing, the algorithms try to detect the fake news using the words that is being used in the article, right? So if there is an article which has been found fake, so there will be an algorithm which is detecting that particular article based upon their writing, and they will try to find out whether it is fake or not. The problem with this kind of approach is that it has not been very successful. There has been a lot of algorithms which has success ratio more than 50%, but it has never increased more than 60%. And this is the problem related to natural language processing, right? There are other tools that I can share with you. There is a tool, there is a website called uh, tin, tinyeye.com. Now that particular website is useful for image search. Let's say you found out any image and you are not sure about the source of that image. So what you can do, you can just go to tinyeye.com, then you will find a button of upload, and you can upload the image, and you will see that what is the original source of that particular image. That we call it as a reverse image search. You can do reverse image search on images, because in WhatsApp forward you will see a lot of fake images spreading, right, in Facebook and in WhatsApp forward also. So this tool might be very useful. And then finally, I'd like to talk about votes. There is a very special case study related to votes. In 2016, the US presidential election, it has been said that Russia had implemented more than 1 lakh votes in order to deflect the US election and try to move the election in one particular direction, right? So there was creation of 1 lakh votes by the Russia in order to affect the election of United States. And it has been true for Indian election also. There has been news reports that a lot of outside countries also try to affect Indian election by creating bots. Now, what is a bot? Bot is nothing but a software that you create and that is being implemented to spread the information faster. For example, if a human being starts to spread information, he or she can spread the information, let's say 10 bit of information in 1 minute or a 20 bit of information in 1 minute. But if you're implementing both, then both can implement hundreds and hundreds of messages within a single minute because it is a software, right? It has a lot of speed as compared to the human being. So bot is very, very useful when you want to spread a fake news. So there has been a bot detection tools, bot detection happening, and the removal of the bot detection is happening in a very rapid scale. There has been a report that Twitter has removed more than 10 million bots, right, in their accounts. Facebook is doing the same. So bot detection and removal has become very, very important as far as fake news is concerned. Next slide. Okay, thank you guys. This has been a very pleasant experience to present my whatever little information that I gathered regarding fake news to you guys. I'd like to thank Professor Asha. I'd like to thank Parul University for inviting me, and lastly, thank all of you for listening to me. Thank you, guys.
Nonsense. Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
thank you, audience, for taking this one. Right? I hope you are get very well information regarding fake news and make sure that you are not captured by such type of fake news. Okay. Thank you, all of you.